My name is Emily, and I'm the Young Adult Librarian at the Rock Island Public Library. And the book I'm going to talk about today is Inside Out and Back Again by Tan Ha Lai. And in this book, you meet a girl whose name is Ha, and she has lived in Saigon her whole life. This takes place the year that she is 10. She loves papaya, and she loves when her mom gives her money to go and buy groceries. Ha loves to do it in such a way that, okay, gets all the food that they need to have, for family meals. But she also knows that, okay, if I get amounts just a little bit different than what mom says, I can have snacks. So, what she does is, she has school in the afternoon, and on Saturdays. How it's working, at this time in Vietnam is kids are attending school in shifts, so everybody can attend. And, what this means is, Ha's free in the morning, and so she goes to the open market with the money that her mom has given her. And last year it was more, but, this year doesn't have quite so much. But last year, she was told to buy 100 grams of pork, a bushel of water spinach, and 5 cubes of tofu. So what she does instead is she buys 99 grams of pork, 7/8 of a bushel of spinach, 4 3/4 cubes of tofu. And, the people selling this stuff are like, really? That's what your mom told you to buy, huh? Okay. And so, with the money she's saving doing this, she was able to buy a pouch of toasted coconut, a sugary fried dough, and 2 crunchy mung bean cookies. And now, last year this was 50 dong. And now it's 200 dong. And this is to buy the same amount of food. It's 4 times more expensive. But, Ha's like, okay, I buy less pork and then I can get the fried dough still. And this is late March. And, this is just what Ha does. She keeps it a secret. But she knows that, okay, by April things are changing. Let's see, her birthday is on April 10th. And, her mom doesn't usually talk about Ha's dad very much because Ha hasn't seen him. She doesn't remember him because he was imprisoned in the north. And so, there's this idea that, well, he's still alive out there somewhere. We have to be careful, as they're preparing to leave the country. They know that, okay, they burn photos. They burn photographs because, Ha's mom is worried that, Ha's mom worries that, okay, I don't want anything to hurt my husband. If too much information is found about him, it could be used against him. So they're burning stuff. They're leaving stuff behind. They have to because they're leaving and, they're not going to get to take very much with them. Basically, Ha's mom and dad, they came south to be away from the communist north. Basically, so, once migration stopped, that's when things changed. And, basically, Ha knows that, okay, this is something that she doesn't like to talk about it. Mom is really sad because she knows, and they all kind of know that, okay, we might never see dad again. He might just already be gone, but we don't know. They've been waiting for years now. And, what eventually happens is, okay, we have to go. We are going to leave the country. And, they get on, she describes this, papaya that's been growing and how, her brother Vu says, let's cut this down. Let's not let the communists have this, let's just have it right now. So they're going to eat this yellow papaya dipped in chili salt. It's okay, usually this is, you would have papaya in a different way maybe, but she's saying, we need to eat all the fresh fruit that, we can get, while you can. I want you guys to eat this. So they slice this up, and wet and crying. That's when you open a papaya, the seeds are black, and that's how it kind of looks inside. But you know, it's the whole thing with leaving, it's not secret. You know, she writes about how, you know, there's all these people streaming onto this boat, getting on, like at first they have 2 straw mats for the family under the deck, enough for like the 5 to like be laying down. But, you know, as the sun sets, Ha and the 4 other members of her family, they have 1 mat and they just have to kind of huddle together because there's so many people on the boat. And, I mean, people understand that the ship could sink, but nobody wants to tell people to stop because what if somebody had stopped them before they got on the boat? So, you know, this is just, like, as, you know, Ha's journey is happening, I mean, you read at the end that the author, you know, this is what happened the year she was 10. So a lot of the things that Ha goes through, you know, she remembers this journey from Vietnam to Alabama is ultimately where the family went. And, I mean, at first there was some question of, oh, well, you know, some people are going to France, some people are going to Canada. And, I mean, basically, like, somebody in line literally, like, encourages Ha's mom to, you know, hey, go to America. You know, you've got, like, almost adult sons. There's going to be more opportunities for them to, like, go to work and get jobs. So you should go there. And so that's where they decide to go. And it's a big change, obviously. All 4 kids, the 3 older boys and Ha, they have to, like, they're all at least a year older than their classmates. I mean, they're all having to repeat grades because they don't know English. Like, they're starting in America, not knowing much English, and it's just, it's a lot for Ha, because she's used to being smart. She's, you know, the whole thing with, like, the money, she's a clever kid, and she's always done well in school. She says at one point, like, she confesses to her mom, you know, I used to make my seatmate at school cry, like the girl who shared my desk. And her mom's like, yeah, that was me. And I was like, I know, but I was so proud of being smart, and now this is coming back to haunt me, because in America, like, I don't feel smart anymore. I don't speak the language. At one point she says, why no S for 2 deer, but an S for 2 monkeys? Brother Quang says, no one knows. So much for rules. Whoever invented English should be bitten by a snake. And yeah, it's just, yeah, it's a big change. Like, if you've ever tried to learn a foreign language, you know that, you know, most of us take for granted, because we learn words when we're very young, we learn to talk, and when you try and do it again when you're older, suddenly, I mean, it's this deeply strange thing, like just trying to express how you feel and to say things, like to not make mistakes. It's hard. And, you know, it doesn't matter how smart you are. It's just, it's like this struggle. This is from like a poem that's called Confessions. And I really love this one because it's Ha, you know, finally telling her mom why she's been so sad. And part of this is because she's been bullied at school, and, you know, it's a lot of racist junk from these jerk kids. But, I mean, Ha also has friends. Like, she's made friends by now, and she's learning English, but it's like just this struggle. Like, at one point, her friend Pem, like, gives her this doll with black hair for Christmas, and it's so beautiful. And Ha is so happy, but she feels bad because she doesn't have a gift to give to Pem in return. And finally, you know, Ha confesses to her mom, I used to buy less pork so I could buy fried dough. And her mom says, I know. You do? What else? I used to like making the girl who shared my desk cry. So it wasn't just that she was making her cry. She liked doing it. And, you know, her mom's like, It's like, I know, mother. I know. Very bad. She nods. Now they make me cry. Will I be punished forever? Forever is quite long. There's more. It's really bad. She lifts an eyebrow. At dawn on Tet, I tap my big toe to the tile floor first. She widens her eyes. I hate being told I can't do something because I'm a girl. She doesn't scold me, just nods. Did I ruin the luck of the whole family? Is that why we're here? My child, how you shoulder the world. I was superstitious, that's all. If anything, you gave us luck because we got out and we're here. Lucky to be here? Just wait, you'll see. I don't want to wait. It's awful now. Is it really so unbearable? And then she talks about, you know, the names the kids at school call her, and, you know, all this different stuff that happens. You know, there's like a bully in particular who, like, you know, first he tries to hit her, and then, you know, when that doesn't work because one of Ha's brothers has been like teaching her self-defense. So this kid says, oh, well, I'm going to get my cousin to beat you up. So it's like, it's this whole thing. And like earlier in the book, she mentioned Buddha. So like the kids have started like making fun of her by yelling Buddha, Buddha. So finally she turns around and starts yelling Jesus, Jesus. And the kids are like, oh, okay. And then she shouts bully, coward, pink snot face. So like, I mean, this is with like Pink Boy is what she calls the bully. And she's able to like get on the back of her older brother's bike and they ride away. And I mean, later something similar happens and it's really cool with the motorcycle where, oh, okay, suddenly like people are seeing Ha in a new light and changing how they treat her. So by the end of the book, you know, it starts with this, you know, Ha and her love of like papaya, fresh. You know, for Christmas, something she gets is 3 pouches of dried papaya. You know, this is what they're able to give her. I mean, it's the 70s in America. A lot of places, I don't think, sold fresh papaya, especially in Alabama, you know, typically. She throws it away because the dried papaya, it's like, it's got sugar and it's like, it's chewy and sticky and waxy are the words she uses to describe it. Finally, though, her mom says, no, learn to compromise. And I mean, she doesn't want to, but what she later finds on the dining table are these strips of papaya. And what her mom has done is she's soaked them in hot water. And now the sugar is melted off, leaving plump, moist, chewy bites. Not the same, but not bad at all. So by the end of the year, you know, Ha and her family are like settling into their new life, but they're also finally finding out what happened to, you know, Ha's father. And, you know, it's this beautiful story. It's very funny, but it's also, you know, you feel her frustration when she's trying to, you know, adjust to a totally new life and, you know, be at a new school and make new friends while also learning a new language and wondering if she's ever going to get to meet her dad and, you know, wondering if her mom's ever going to get to stop worrying about him. And, you know, how are her older brothers doing at school? How are they doing at work? Are they going to get jobs? Will they be able to go to college? What is going to happen? So if you like historical fiction, I would definitely check out this book. This is a title I think they've read for 8th grade the past few years. You know, in the past year, I think they still did read it. It's a great novel in verse, and you know, it's just a really enjoyable story, but also, you know, it helps people see what it's like to, you know, have to completely uproot your life, you know, to be an immigrant, to be a refugee, and, you know, how much work that takes, like, you know, how hard it is to completely, you know, alter your life in this way, to take this risk, you know, not knowing what's on the other side, you know, in a new country. So, yeah, I really like this author. This, you know, won the National Book Award. It's fantastic. And available through, gosh, definitely Libby, that app, and I think Access 360 too. And there are some other books by Tanha Lai as well, so if you like this one, you can check those out. And thank you for watching. I will see you again soon.